Okay, so quick deck tech. This is basically the same as my last build. Just replacing the rest in pieces with replacing the relics with rest in pieces and replacing the the archons with eidolons. I think basically most of the time rest in peace is going to just be a powerful permanent effect, and I think we're going to be more than happy to have it instead of relic. And Eidolon is also, I think, because of that one extra toughness, it's going to be way better than Archon. The rest is pretty much the same as before. Yeah, I'm not sure what else to say. Just Solitude, still excellent, still combos excellently with Charming Prince and Flickerwhisp. This also pushes us more in the direction of Thraben Inspector. No Arbiters mean that I have extra free white mana, which I can Ghost Quarter to get extra planes, effectively converting a Ghost Quarter into extra planes if I really need them, which is actually huge because it makes Color Screw way less of an issue, basically for free. And I think that alone is worth it to lose Arbiter, but it also means that Arbiter doesn't conflict with Stoneforge Mystic anymore. So I've cut Arbiter and I've never looked back. I personally think Arbiter is extremely overrated. Yeah, and I think we've got way better cards to play anyway. Thalia, I think, is the ultimate taxes and death and taxes anyway. So, yeah, I mean, let's see how this goes. Mortarpod, obviously, always just a surprisingly serviceable card. Never amazes me. It never ceases to amaze me how many little one toughness creatures it can ping. How much like you can finish them off with ping with reach. How often it's just a serviceable body for a sword if need be. Yeah, just it's just, in my opinion, it's just an extra one of as another possible tutor target sometimes, but also just when you randomly draw it, you're never too. Like, one of the main things I like about this is just that with only 3 artifact and with only 3 equipment, you'd be surprised, but a decent amount of time you actually run out of things to fetch with Stoneforge Mystic. Just having one more thing to fetch actually is kind of nice, if we run out of the other ones. Anyway, all right, we'll see how the games go, and yeah, let's get to it. And of course, we have the entire protection from the rainbow with the other 2 swords. Definitely, these are the best other 2 swords in the game. Sort of Light and Shadow, like I think I mentioned last video, is definitely really good. I'm not sure if this is going to go up before before that video, or if that other video is even going to go up. But yeah, like basically Solitude, like we can exile Solitude, and then if we can bring it back, sort of Light and Shadow, it's sweet, but it's not as sweet as sort of Fire and Ice in the main, in my opinion. Body and Mind is basically here because it's nice to have the pro green in the mix, but also this is, and we don't see much Heliod combo anymore, but like against decks that gain like infinite life, it's really sweet to have an alternate win con to deck them. And I played this in Legacy, believe it or not, and actually the 2/2 bear. I mean, because in Legacy, obviously, it's really good because of True Name Nemesis. You need a way to get around that. But I think even in Modern, the colors, if the colors line up right, the 2/2 token is always going to be pretty decent. And the alternate, milling win con, especially against like Heliod, that could come in handy too. We'll see. And of course, against opposing equipment deck, Manriki Gusari is going to be the nuts. So, alrighty, let's see how the games go.
Alright, match 1. Well, hand isn't perfect, but this is where maybe the Flagstones and Ghost Quarter work together for good. We shall see. I guess I'll lead off on Ghost Quarter, because no, they're not gonna. I could have psyched them out, maybe, and made them think we were Amulet, but if we draw like an actual Plains, we may want to just play that instead. Alrighty. See, to all those who doubt Mortarpod, what can I say? What can I say? What other 2-drop could have done that? Right on cue. Okay. Alright, well, I think we need to Skyclave that, or... And the Aven Mindscensor, though, might be really nasty for them. Let's remove this though, shall we? As much as I'd love turning off their fetch, there's a decent chance they can just kill the Mindscensor. Yeah. You just have to imagine that's probably the better play most of the time. Well, maybe I play Stoneforge, get Sword of Fire and Ice, equip with Mortarpod. Sounds decent. Yeah, actually that sounds very decent. Maybe we can Mindscensor them though too. Alright, I think it's cheese time, folks. Actually, I think it's cheese time. First, let's attack. I mean, they're mana screwed here, so much, I think. Okay, so they've got mutagenic growth. Just gonna be blue-red prowess. Alrighty. I could execute the Stoneforge, Sword of Fire and Ice, Mortarpod combo. Might not be a bad idea. Instant creature land. I want to yeah. Let's do that. We'll execute Operation Mana Screw next turn. Actually, maybe we just grab Batterskull. Let's just grab Batterskull. Let's put Mortarpod. Bam. Let's see if they got another one. Okay. I should have gotten Sword of Fire and Ice, I don't know. Then we play Batterskull when we got 5 mana, then we execute Operation Mana Screw. Yeah, let's do it. And I just chose Batterskull because, like, it's just not a sure thing that we're going to be able to equip any of these other things. Paper stack. Well, at least we can equip Batterskull later on. I haven't seen Paper stack in a while. Obviously, our repeal tech is generally better. We could flicker the token. Yeah, we could flicker the token, then Charming Prince or Flickerwhisp, flicker the Batterskull. Or we can flicker the Batterskull. Yeah, let's get some guaranteed value by flickering the Batterskull. And I know we're taking a while to execute Operation Mana Screw, but okay, what now? Okay. And then I guess we can Charming Prince. We gain 3 life. Yeah, gaining 3 life seems pretty good. Alrighty. Alright, now I think we finally engage in Operation Mana Screw. They could block Bolt. If they do, we'll just equip to Charming Prince. Actually, first I think we'll do Operation Mana Screw. Yeah, Operation Mana Screw time. See if they have a basic in the top 4. They do. Nice, no blue. Alrighty. Alright, we're going to continue. I'm trying to flood the table with Aven Mindscensors. We could return Batterskull to hand as well. It might not be the worst. Yeah, let's Aven Mindscensor. I'd rather just try to equip the Batterskull. Thalia, that's going to be good, I think. Alrighty. Yep. Well, Operation Mana Screw didn't work, but... Well, actually, this operation, they Mana Screwed themselves. That's what happened. Is it worth it to bring in Rest in Peace? I don't think so. This is a case where Relic definitely could have been better. I could bring in like 2 Rest in Peace, but anyway, let's just leave it like this for now. Definitely bring in Path. I mean, in theory, Thalia seems good, but yeah, actually, I think this is a matchup where maybe Flickerwhisp is not at its best. So Flicker Batterskull. Definitely, I think this is where Aven Mindscensor is not at its best. Yeah, Flickerwhisp can be good, but I think its 1 toughness is definitely a liability. Thalia has 1 toughness too, but at least it makes the opponent's spell cost 1 more. Yeah, and I like this smorgasbord of equipment. Let's go. nothing else, Charming Prince is a nice scry 2 or gain 3 life. And sometimes the 3 life is invaluable in this matchup. In Modern. Alright, just on the off chance they somehow play Blood Moon. Now I'll play Flagstones. And Thraben Inspector. See, this is a matchup where definitely Thraben Inspector is better than Giver of Runes. Giver of Runes just eat a removal spell and I had nothing to show for it. As much as I'd love to jam Stoneforge, I think the play next turn is going to be Thalia. Could also be Charming Prince to smooth my draws. I think we need to play Thalia to slow them down. I think Thalia is secretly the taxes and Death and Taxes, not Leon and Arbiter. See, and they still fear the Thraben Inspector because they know we can Charming Prince it. Man, I want to hit my land drops, but I also want to slow them down. Alright, let's take a risk and play Thalia. See, now they can't Manamorphose. So maybe we slowed them down a bit. Ideally, spiking a land for Skyclave would probably be where it's at. Or maybe Eidolon. Eidolon might not be bad. Limiting to 1 spell each turn. Problem is, just 1 spell is still pretty devastating for us. I say we Skyclave. We definitely keep this. And we're playing just basics instead of like a techie like Mistvial Plains or something, just because in my experience, just with 8 planes, you want to have as many basics as possible to fetch, and also just we don't want our stuff coming and play tapped. Eidolon really, yeah. Let's do this also because Soul Scar is kind of one of their best answers to Eidolon. Yeah, and actually, yeah, and see, this enables me to gain 3 life with Charming Prince, which is probably what we would rather do anyway than Scry 2. My goodness, Skyclave Apparition really gives White a boost here. What on earth was White doing before Skyclave Apparition? Am I right? Hopefully we spike into the land so we can Eidolon and hold up path. Nope, not gonna block. Oh, nice. Alright, let's attack. And let's keep this one. Just a fairly free card with stuff. With the Ghost Quarters, as we saw last game. Last game we definitely would have had more mana issues if we couldn't have Ghost Quartered our own Flagstones. We could risk blocking, But maybe we just pass. Maybe we just take one, see if they want to use a spell or something, and then path if they use to play a spell. Yeah, I like that idea. Let's save Path to Exile, shall we? Just because Stormwing Entity is a much bigger problem. We can gain 2 life here and there. Yeah, of course they can just kill. Yeah. You know, let's attack. And let's double Charming Prince, shall we? Gain 3 life. That's a very valuable ability in this matchup. You see, Eidolon here is so much better than Archon. This was one of the matchups that made us think maybe Eidolon is where we want to be. But not playing Skullcrack. Oh yeah, I can't because I'm only limited to 1 spell each turn. Well, that's where sacking the clue can come in handy. We're worried about Stormwing, basically. Taking some pot shots from Swift Spirit is not really that concerning to us. Alrighty. Alright, we drew land. Alright, we drew Stoneforge. Okay, so I think we go grab Batterskull. Just seems like the thing to do. And this would also most likely seem to force a removal spell, a burn spell out of their hand. Or we could put Sword of Fire and Ice as well. Now, Sword of Fire and Ice on the Eidolon seems pretty good. Yeah, let's just get Batterskull. I think we're in a pretty commanding position anyway. Kozak's return. Okay, well, good thing we got the Batterskull. Yeah, but I still don't think we're in danger of dying anytime soon. Famous last words. Actually, playing Stormwing is going to be tough, actually, for them, I just realized, with the Eidolon. No, but they can just hardcast it. Anyway, let's wait to see if they play another spell. Hopefully we draw another land. Asking you show us Eve, right? We don't want to lose the Eidolon. Let's continue to take some pot shots in. And let's play Batterskull, shall we? Now, of course, they can Vapor Snag, but then we can equip to Eidolon next turn. Seems like a pretty good deal to me. Alrighty. A braid. Okay, well, they came prepared. We can maybe get Kaldra. I think now is maybe when we finally path. I think if we draw land, we win anyway. 'Cause 3, 4, 5. No, not quite. Eidolon, not bad. Alright, let's play this. We could get another Kaldra, but I think Sword of Fire and Ice is probably better. Now, what am I kidding? Kaldra. Yeah, Sword of Fire and Ice. Because that's lethal next turn. Yeah, Eidolon just helping out enormously here. This 4 toughness, just completely invaluable. Yep, we would have been so dead so long ago. I don't think they got Vapor Snag, because I think I would have Vapor Snagged this and gone nuts way earlier. I mean, they fought an admirable fight, but I think they're going to succumb to Sword of Fire and Ice, ultimately. Unless they really have been sandbagging that Vapor Snag like a pro, in which case I hopefully have another land. Okay, asking to show receive. This way at least we can play a Charming Prince if they just Vapor Snag this in response and gain 3 life at least. Okay. Now, unless I'm missing something, I think this is GG. Eidolon definitely won this game single-handedly. No doubt about that. And that's exactly why we intuited to replace. I don't understand why more people aren't on Eidolon and are on Archon instead. This 4 toughness just seems to give the deck something that it just didn't otherwise have. Oh, spoke too soon. Ah, a braid. Well, I guess. A braid is a good one. Okay. Well, maybe they have back-to-back bolts, and they do have 2 bolts, and they have 3 bolts, so they can only play 1 more bolt. And I think we do have to Charming Prince next turn to gain 3 life. Alrighty. I think we finally path that Swift Spear. Alrighty. Well, now I think we still have to attack, because if they want to kill this creature, they can still kill it. Maybe I should have got Kaldra, because Kaldra would have been indestructible. Yeah, let's attack, because we can always just play another Eidolon, if need be. I guess they could just block anyway, then we'll think about it. Or we want to bait them into killing it. Alright, well. Let's just play another one. Alright, 3 toughness. At least we can still... Oh yeah, I guess we can't block both. Alright, well, we should have got Kaldra, because then I don't think they could have destroyed it with a Braid. For some reason I forgot about a Braid. Deck seems... I think... Yeah, we just should have got Kaldra, that was all. I was more worried about Spell Pierce, but what do they mean Spell Pierce against a deck with Aether Vial? I don't know. Maybe 2-hit Aether Vial. Yeah, it was kind of which we were more afraid of, Spell Pierce or a Braid. Yeah, that other hand just wasn't going to cut it. Yep. Also, they were kind of lucky to just completely not flood out. And obviously, you know, like, they had some Horizon lands, but I still think... I don't even need more than 1 9/1. Because obviously we do, like, 8 lands or something. After thinning, like, you know, multiple times. Okay, bubble. And they're almost out of their clock with a freaking Prowess deck. I think Aether Vial is going to help out a lot. I'm going to respect taxes. This is one of those decks that you always think you have like a good matchup against. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to use Thraben Inspector and the Clue. I want to surprise them with Stoneforge Mystic and the turn, because I know it's going to just eat removal spell if we just play it right now. Plus this gives us the best ability to maximize mana value off of the Aether Vial. And see, like, Giver of Runes wouldn't have been able to do this, would it have? That's nice. Yes. Now, I do actually think I will play Eidolon, because we want them to play a spell and then not be able to deal with a Stoneforge Mystic end of turn. And then maybe we go nuts with sort of Fire and Ice, maybe Kaldra, I don't know. Or maybe just good old Batterskull. Okay, well, if they have to use 2 removal spells on that, I guess that's what it is. Maybe we'll run them out of removal spells so Stoneforge Mystic can do its thing. Yeah, we're definitely not blocking that. Alrighty. Alright, let's get Batterskull. I don't know why they're upgrading instead of waiting for the artifact that I want to get. Maybe I should have got Batterskull. I don't know. This always seems like the biggest house against us. It's so weird that they also upgraded before I got my artifact. think I'll keep this always no. Eidolon of Rhetoric, not bad. So we can flash this in. Yeah, so let's tax a removal spell here. And then let's flash in Eidolon of Rhetoric and try to do it again. I could have, I guess, played Eidolon of Rhetoric first. Probably better I didn't. Let's do it. Let's do it now. Let's keep a little bit of bluffing potential up. Yeah, but I sort of fire iced up Eidolon, unless they have a braid, I think puts us in a pretty good spot. Sort of fire and ice. Sort of fire and ice USA. Yeah. Definitely win or lose. This is an excellent showcase for Eidolon. This is 100% the reason why we're playing Eidolon instead of Archon. I mean, even though we happened to win that game against Blue-Eyed Prowess in the last recorded league, you know, still. Let's see. Artifact, instant. There's no sorcery. Unless they can, I don't know how they could play a sorcery at instant speed. So I guess we go after the Dragon Rage Channeler in our quest for card advantage. Okay. Let's always know. Yes. Path. This should be nice. This means if they do have like an Abrade to surprise us, we can always kill the Soulscar. And then maybe make a bad chump block. Okay, no Abrade looks like. Nice. Yeah, because I don't see how they can put a sorcery in the graveyard suddenly. I guess they could kill their own creature and put a creature in the graveyard. Artifact, instant, land. Yeah, let's save Charming Prince. I don't think I can deal with my creature, but scry 2 in turn, I guess. Alrighty. We could have moved Sword to Charming Prince, but didn't want to expose my Eidolon to any shenanigans. It's also just doing a lot of work. Like this Mishra's Bauble just cost them the ability to play any other spells this turn. It's pretty nice. I think we'll path this, because I think we made an error last game in failing to realize that they can't... It's almost impossible for them to play Storming Entity with the Eidolon out, unless they hardcast it. But I'm fine with them hardcasting it, because that's very slow. Alrighty. And I'm going to scry 2. The life would be nice, but I think we need the gas a little more. Okay. Yeah, top. That's a pretty good top 2 cards, if I do say so myself. We miss out on 3 life, but at least we know what the next 2 cards we draw are, and we can definitely hardcast them. We don't need to We need to be clever. Okay, get some more value off a sword before they inevitably draw a braid. Alrighty. And someone would probably save my Solitudes for a creature. Either they can deal with a braid or they can't. If they can deal with a braid, then we have to prepare for a grind fest. If they can't, then we just win anyway. Yeah, this matchup took a long time for it being prowess. Threads of Disloyalty. Maybe we should just Solitude that before they gain control of it. Yeah, seems like a good idea to me. That way we gain the life instead of them. Yep. Alright, cool stuff. Cool stuff. Alright, match 2. Well, this hand is a little too color screwy. Cannot keep it. Alright, this hand is also color screwy, but it's got Aether Vial. And we know from playing Merfolk that that is oftentimes good enough. A Kaldra definitely goes to the bottom. We don't really want to draw that unless we're fetching it with Stoneforge Mystic. So it's almost kind of like we, we didn't even mull. Let's see, Aether Vial. Of course, we would have kept it in our hand if we had the choice, because then we could fetch another thing with Stoneforge, and then, Okay, from blue-red Prowess to blue-red Delver. Let's see here. Alrighty. Alright, well, I don't see the need to jump the gun just yet. Well, let's see if they flip. If they flip, then I think we have to Solitude. Okay. They did not need to reveal that, but they did, so I appreciate that. We want to hold on to the Solitude because we have better pitches the more we wait. Oh yeah, plus actually next turn we can do the Solitude Charming Prince combo. That's pretty good, actually. There's no reason not to play Charming Prince just yet. Oh, please don't have main deck a braid. You're gonna braid me on your upkeep. Okay. Alright, I don't think we need... I mean, they might spell pierce this, but okay. The only problem with the Solitude combo is that ideally we want them to have 2 creatures out. Force of Negation. No creatures involved in this combo. So we'll take, because we really want them to play another creature. This combo might not even work, because they could just kill Solitude in response. Alright, we'll be patient, and we'll just tick this up for Skyclave. We want to get full value out of the combo. Maybe that's being greedy, I don't know. But yeah. Skyclave Apparition this, and this is a very sweet card, a Skyclave Apparition, because they only get a 1/1 when this comes back, and this definitely feels more than like a 1 mana worth of power. Could have tried to block with Aven Mindscensor, but why give them the option to burn it away? They have their own Vapor Snack or something. Yeah. Pretty decent if you ask me. Pretty decent. We really want a Solitude as one of those giant regen thingies. That's what we really want. And it looks like we're going to get our risk. So it's only going to be a 3/3. Murktide, Regent. Okay. I mean, we could just go for the combo right now before they can kill Solitude. Does it say May? Up to 1, okay. Yeah, always no, yes. So, I think, I don't know, the question is how greedy do we want to be? Because see, the problem is we can Solitude, Exile, Charming Prince on Solitude, but then they could just kill the Solitude in response to the Charming Prince, which is still value, but yeah, that's still value actually. Let's just do the Solitude combo now. We can also get an attack, and these Aven Mindscensor just does not seem all that useful. Yeah, and now in response to this, let's Charm the Prince. And now it comes back permanently, which is pretty sweet if you ask me. And we could exile something else, but I'm going to choose none. Yeah. Expressive Iteration. That is a cool combo if I do say so myself. We might want to hold on to the Aven Mindscensor because there's a very good chance we're going to want to exile Solitude. Yeah, plus we want to hold this up to maybe juke their fetch. Yeah, let's do this. Hopefully we draw another white card. Alrighty, now they might just burn it in response. They might just take their chances. They do have probably a decent amount of basics. Yeah, okay. But then hopefully this means Solitude gets in. Hopefully. Okay. I'm going to turn off auto yields. I'm going to tick up the this file to 2.5. I might leave this one on 2. Yeah, yes. Not yet. Okay. Let's attack for 4. At least we kind of shielded our Skyclave Apparition by diverting those 2 burn spells. The Murktide. Thankfully we do have the Solitude. And we are ticking up the Vial to play it in Modern. Alrighty. Let's see this one first, this one. Yeah, this time, no yes. We're going to keep this on 2 for now, because what if we draw another Charming Prince, or a... Yeah, okay. Yeah, let's just get rid of this thing. I don't want to reveal my hand, but I think getting stuck with an extra land in my hand for no reason doesn't sound good either. And they have basically a useless Force Negation in their hand, because we don't really play non-creature spells other than Aether Vial, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I mean, other than the equipment, which we'll just have to hold on to until we have Stoneforge. Okay, so that's the last useful card in their hand. Another Solitude, nice. 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 Man, Solitude is so solid in this deck. So solid. Alrighty. Alrighty, hey, we're beating the red decks, which we shouldn't normally do, but that's the power of Solitude, and I think it just gets better with the Eidolon. Of course, they do have Unholy Fire, but rest in peace. Murktide Regions, no more. What do you call them? Dragon Rage Channelers, you're relegated to 1/1s for the rest of the game. And also, I like the way I can pitch the rest in peace to Solitude, that's nice. Definitely went path. Okay, Aven Mindscensor, this is a little too gimmicky for this matchup, in my opinion, in Modern. Flickerwhisp, I think, is also kind of gimmicky. Actually, Flickerwhisp can be good against the region, but downgrading it to a 3/3 is still... it's still dangerous, but actually this does have real application for downgrading the Regent. That alone actually might warrant it better than being Charming Prince. Man, Charming Prince is just so sweet with that combo, so sweet. Alright, let's take out Thalia. Thalia is the taxes and Death and Taxes, but it's also the most cuttable, I think. And I guess that leaves us with Thraben Inspector. Thraben Inspector is just so solid, though. But Charming Prince, yeah, you know, Thraben Inspector is kind of one of the cards that helps make Flickerwhisp and Charming Prince good. It's hard to beat just a body that also draws a card. Then again, Charming Prince is kind of like that too, except scry 2 instead of draw a card, but scry 2 is almost like draw a card. Yeah, let's do it this way. It's just hard to pass up on that Solitude combo. Well, this hand is kind of slow, but we're going to risk it, and we're going to keep it. Alrighty. Okay. Where? Serum Visions, I guess it is what it is. Top, I don't like to see that. Delver, we don't like to see that. But whatever they put on top, they shuffled away, didn't they? Oh no, that because they Serum Visioned. Okay, so... let's Charming Prince, and I think we have to scry 2, even though the life would be nice. Because if we just draw more lands, we're just going to be... good thing we scry 2. This is almost like drawing 2 cards here. Dang, that was brutal. 2 mana for a 2/2, draw 2 cards. Because that's what that was right there. That was draw 2 cards. Good thing we kept the Charming Princes in. Scry, a very underrated ability. Well, they don't underrate it. They got Serum Visions. Actually, if you think about it, this is kind of like Serum Visions in creature form. Ooh. Maybe I should have thinned my own deck before scrying. then any lands I push to the bottom would have been more likely to stay at the bottom. Good thing to note next turn, because we don't even have the Aven Mindscensor, so yeah, really no reason not to just thin my deck. Alright, well unless they put a creature into their graveyard. Okay, I guess it's Skyclave Apparition time. What happens if we Ghost Quarter this? And nothing, I think. Alright, I guess we play this. Yeah. And I guess we'll just Ghost Quarter our own land end turn. Over. Okay. Yeah, let's Ghost Quarter our own land. Murktide region, I'm guessing. Could be a 5/5, 6/6. 5/5. Okay. Well, we do have the answers, so we're going to basically pull those two planes from the bottom of our deck. So, yay! Alright, let's start off with our friendly neighborhood Skyclave Apparition. I don't like the surveilling, but I don't like losing 3 life even more. We're going to do this on our turn just in case they have like Force Negation and a land. Alright. As much as I'd love to jam Batterskull next turn, I think we have to deal with the Dragon Rage Channeler. Every time it surveils. Oh well. Now they're surveilling twice, so I don't know. I'm going to put that, I guess they want an instant, but they're already going to get an instant from Lightning Bolt itself. I don't know. Maybe we do have to try to jam Batterskull next turn. They don't seem to have Force Negation, so it's good. Yeah, Batterskull time. Nice. No card can quite help us recover like Batterskull. Another Murktide. Flames of Fury. Well, at least we got this sitting around to equip. Alrighty. Ooh, Solitude, if I don't say so myself. I think that came right on time. Well, I'd love to Skyclave. Yeah, you know what? Eidolon is, I think, is past its usefulness. And I'd love the extra body, though. No, we're gonna play Solitude, and we're gonna play it on our turn because we just don't want to get juked. You don't want them to play Counterspell. And now we play Skyclave and Eidolon. Because what that does is ideally we want to equip the Batterskull to the Eidolon, because it's going to be harder for them to kill it in response to the equip. So they're just pending a creature. Okay, no creature yet. I mean, no creature in their graveyard yet, which is good for us. Mechatide Regent. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Huh. We could equip Batterskull here. That doesn't seem like a half bad idea. Yeah, that doesn't seem like a half bad idea at all. Let's do this. I mean, they can block, but I'll take it. But I gain 7 life. Why didn't they exile? Why didn't they exile the visions, I wonder? Yeah, they found a Shattering Spree. Probably not used to casting this. Okay, Shattering Spree. No creature, no creature, no creature, or artifact. Okay. Well, we're taking 10 damage, but we can go up to 11, which is good. Okay, here's my Murktide stratagem. Yeah, and then I can Skyclave the Insectile Aberration. They could double block. I don't think they're going to. Why would they do? Okay, I see. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. We can't do both, actually. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to Flickerwhisp this. And we're going to play Eidolon. At least the Murktide reset. Taking 9 damage though, so if they draw a burn spell, we're dead. That's a good sign. Probably hold back the Insectile, I guess. Okay. Oh, I should have blocked. What was I thinking? What was I thinking? Oh, I forgot this had flying. How could I forget that had flying? I don't know. I'm sorry, folks. That blocking would have been the obvious play. Yeah, I can't play this. Yeah, now we're unnecessarily closer to Oblivion. Yeah, I have no idea why I took. They were probably wondering the same thing. Alrighty. We got a burn spell. We got a burn spell. Alright. Guess we'll take that. Ooh, Charming Prince. We may just need this just for the life, but actually I think what we need to do is Skyclave. Oh my god, did we claw back into this? This did not seem like we had any business in this game. Actually, I'm going to Field of Ruin just to get a basic. Oh my god, we actually... How? We actually won that. I mean, even with a misplay. Okay, cool. Alright, match 3. Yeah, and we'll keep. I mean, hand isn't perfect, but we have the Tude. We've got the Tude. And they mulligan 5. Alright. Now, unfortunately, even if we're against Tron, since they're on the play, it could still be a problem because we've got unlimited Ghost Quarters, but in order for us to keep them off of Tron, we have to hold our curve back too. If they miss one land drop, though, then they might be in the clear. Because all we need to do... Okay, so it's not Tron. Okay, that helps a lot. That helps a lot. That helps a lot. Okay. We've got the Tude. That's what matters. Alrighty. Blah, 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 blah. Ooh. Reanimator USA. Yeah. Okay, excuse me. Let's go forge some stone, shall we? And I think what we want to do here is get Kaldra. Yeah, Kaldra's gotta be the way to go. So we'll Tude in response to them putting something in the grave. So they can only activate as a sorcery, but they're going to get priority once they put this in the grave, so... I mean, we could have tried to kill whatever they put in the, grave, but... Let's just do this instead. Actually, yeah, we probably should have done that. But there's no guarantee. They might have done protection from creatures. Yeah, I'm happy with this. This is a fixed Entomb. Alrighty. We're gonna sacrifice our own so we can play. I think we'll play Aether Vial, because that way we can just play this card next turn anyway. So I guess now that I think about it, I didn't need to sack my own land. Oops. Oh, Tarmogoyf, so they're mixing it up. They're mixing it up. Yes. Yes. Put this into play. Let's just draw a card right now, shall we? Not bad. Guess it did turn out good that we sacked on a white mana. So it would have been the same thing, I guess, either way. So Archon is not really going to prevent me from... It's not going to cause me to sacrifice the Kaldra, at least. Indestructible, dude. I fell prey to that, too. I know, it's unfair. This should not have Indestructible. It's really dumb. Some really dumb design right there, but... I got caught by that, too. I tried to pillage one in another game with my mono-red deck. That felt bad. That felt bad. Alright, rest in peace. Have to exile. Blah, 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 blah. I don't know how. I just don't know how spell heavy this deck really is, and Thalia seems the most credible. Man, those Thraben Inspectors seemed helpful as heck. Aven Mindscensor. Oh, they got a lot of search effects. I don't know how much we need the Charming Prince ability, but yeah, I just think, yeah, alright, the Tude. Aven Mindscensor might be a trap, but yeah, having like a 1-drop could always be good too. All right, well, but we're gonna. Aven Mindscensor might be a trap, but it's a trap that is close to our heart. Maybe I should have brought in a Sword of Light and Shadow. Nah. Why did we keep this hand? Now that I think about it, yeah, we got Endless Scry, but hopefully they don't set up a quick Shallow Grave combo. Oh, I mean, a quick Unmarked Grave. See, and they have a discard spell anyway. Oh. What are they going to name? Kaldra? Stoneforge? Oh, Aether Vial. Okay, well, for better or for worse, we don't got those this game. Alrighty. No unmarked grave. No unmarked grave. No unmarked grave. Okay, well that's not unmarked grave, so. Now since we do have Aven Mindscensor, I don't see the need to get too frisky with the Ghost Quarters just yet. And we're definitely going to scry too, for sure. Ooh, both of these are nice. Problem is Stoneforge is going to shuffle away our next card anyway. Yeah, so let's draw Path first. And I guess we'll play Charming Prince. And we could scry 2 again, but maybe we'll just gain the 3 life. Because at this point we know. Yeah, I think we need to path this. I don't need to path it right now though, because I can only do this as a sorcery. That's a very good. I do have to give credit where credit's due to Wizards. They definitely balance that well. Alrighty. What is this? Green, white, black, Reanimator. This is a very oh, the Abzan Reanimator. Alright. Yeah, we'll gain 3 life. We know we got Stoneforge coming up next, which is kind of where we want to be. Kind of. Not completely, but kind of. Kind of where we want to be. Could get this back, actually. That's what we're going to do, I think, if they don't do anything. Grief. Good grief. Probably going to take the path. So maybe we just have to take the priest right now to prevent shenanigans. Yeah, I like this. Yeah, I guess they do have to block. Kaldra? Do they have another removal spell? Sort of Fire and Ice seems good too, because yeah, it could force a chump. But then if they have Tarmogoyf, yeah, we're gonna get Kaldra. The indestructibility is just very hard to pass up. And we could even get to 7 mana. Also, it's immune to Inquisition. Okay. Alright, fair enough. Not bad, not bad. Yeah, who says Mortarpod's bad? Okay, what now? What now? Ah, Valakari Rebirth. Well, okay, there's nothing for them to take from my hand. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna attack because if they block, that's fine with me. Okay. And yeah, so I guess I can take this. Yeah, I'll do that. Alrighty. I guess they're gonna get a 1/1 token, but it is what it is. I don't see the need to hold back anymore. Alrighty. Vial. And Mortarpod. Okay, so this way we have good attacks, good blocks. I think we're in decent shape. Priest of whatever. Suddenly our attacks aren't as great anymore. Okay, let's see. Path. Okay. I don't want to path them right into an Elish Thorn though. Yeah, I'm gonna wait at least one turn. So let's see. Yeah, if they want to bring back a Grief, that's fine with me. Yeah, I'm just worried about some type of big fatty boom boom. Yeah, and this is a much better way to go about dealing with that. Ephemerate. I mean, how much do we really care about that? Honestly, not that much. We still have good attacks with the Skyclave. We can even equip the Mortarpod to this for better attacks. And this is just like not a very good Ephemerate here. We're gonna try to be patient. We just don't need, I think, to jump the gun. Yeah. Alrighty. Yeah, I guess we'll... Not bad. Alright, well, let's see if they want to double block. If they double block, maybe we do path. We do leave ourselves vulnerable to a fatty boom boom, but taking care of 2 of these is a little hard to pass up, though, too. Alright, well, I think we do this, then. Another ephemerate? Okay. Let's try ghost quartering them. Let's just see how many basics do they really have. Let's get rid of. Well, they've got way enough black. They got way enough green. So let's just see. Let's just see what this does. How many basics they really have. Okay. Well, maybe we shouldn't have played that out. Anyway. Fatty boom boom. What did they do? Oh, they unearthed. Okay, well. Okay. It's a cool ability. It's a cool ability. Alright, well, I guess I attack. Alright, let's play this. Could exile a creature. Yeah, let's exile a creature, actually. Yeah, definitely going to use that ability. Batterskull, sort of Fire and Ice, I think. Yeah. Except I think they're gonna, I guess, take it away with grief. Wah, wah, wah. Yeah, maybe we shouldn't have done that. Just should have just scryed. But this does take away their ability to have a more meaningful fatty reanimation. Clearly the play has to be bringing grief back. What is going on here? Okay, well, that works too. Alright, now what we can do is we can sacrifice the Stoneforge Mystic. Our team. And I guess we'll Field of Ruin. Path to Exile, Path to Exile, USA. Yeah, I don't see the harm here. We're almost running out of basics. Yeah, they definitely have basics or us. Alright, well now they can get the grief back with the... I'm gonna name Mortarpod. It's like Aether Vial just doesn't make that big of a difference at this point. Yeah. Oh, yeah, they don't have that ability anymore. I just didn't realize. Okay, this could be good. This could be good. You know, we're just gonna do this now. I'm kind of regretting using all those effects before we do this, but let's see. Oh, Fatty Boom Boom? Okay, it's mini Fatty Boom Boom. Can we race them with just our 2/2 flyer? 2/1 flyer. Ooh. Alright. Well, no more graveyard shenanigans. That came a little late, but... Let's see. I think we actually are winning this race, because we're on a 3-turn clock, and they're on a 3-turn clock. Ooh, we drew the Tude. Man, the Tude's going to gain them a lot of life, though, but it's still probably worth it. The Tude could be a blowout. Maybe we just want to go for the win. It's too juicy. Because you just don't know. So, bam. I mean, they're still very close to dying. Alrighty. Hopefully they don't draw like an Eaglish Norn right now. Actually, can they even cast it? They don't have enough white. That's good. Okay. Nice. Nice. Alright. Okay, so match 4, we gotta do a post-match commentary on this one, but, you know, let's see here. So, yeah, there's nothing to write home about this hand, but, you know, hey, it's got mana, it's got Aether Vial, it's got some creatures, and actually Charming Prince is significantly better with these, with Aether Vial. You know, of course, they play Dragon Rage Channel, which can easily start leading to some pretty severe beats. They play Aether Vial. And unfortunately, they also lead it up with Tarmogoyf, which definitely puts us under a lot of pressure. So, yeah, we're just going to run out Charming Prince, and we are going to scry. And thankfully, these are 2 very good cards. Well, at least the Solitude is. I think that Thalia is kind of probably going to be a little too late, and, you know. So they kill this, which is fine. This is kind of did its job anyway by scrying. Yeah, unfortunately, they also put a sorcery in the yard with a Thoughtseize. And here's what I don't understand. They took the Charming Prince. That seemed to be like the most innocuous choice, although I guess, you know, I guess they had another Thoughtseize here. What I really don't get here is why they take the Aven Mindscensor. It's like somehow they could see my Solitude on the top of my library, you know, or I guess, you know, maybe they follow my content or something, and they're where I run Solitude, and they just want to make sure we don't have any white cards to pitch. But man, suddenly we're actually in a very difficult spot. They actually play a basic forest. I wasn't 100% sure if they would. Yeah, we're under a lot of pressure here. So, well, it's pretty much white card. Well, even a white card is not going to be enough. But yeah, we didn't even draw a white card. Alright. Alright, game 2 and match 4. Let's see if we can do better in this round.
Yeah, you know, and hey, this hand has removal. Let's play out the Aether Vial. Yeah, the problem is, okay, now here's where I think I make a mistake. Man, it's just, yeah, it's so nuts they can get value immediately like that. So here's where I think I go wrong. I think I just need to tude this right away, play the Solitude, and I just thin my library right away because, like, what's the harm? I don't have the Avens in my deck anymore. Yeah, and I forgot to do Sideboard. Basically, take out the Mindscensors, and I think that's it. No, the Mindscensors and the Thalia is for the Path, and the Rest in Peace. Rest in Peace could be really a haymaker in this matchup. Yeah. Now here's where I think I make a mistake, because I believe they're going to Thoughtseize me. And I really should respond by Solituding, because, I mean, I'm thinking I can just play the Batterskull, the Skyclave next turn, but of course they take the Skyclave, and there's no guarantee I draw another white card. So, yeah, I mean, you could call that kind of unlucky, but I probably should have just used the Solitude while I could. Yeah, and now they just take the Solitude. Yeah, because they play so many discard spells, I think I have to just play my business spells when I can. Of course, they would have still had a giant Tarmogoyf beating down, but at least we can do this here. So at least we can play out the Flickerwhisp and flip the Tarmogoyf and maybe block the Channeler. At the end of the day, I don't know that would have made a difference, though, because at the end of the day, I'd have a Flickerwhisp here, just trying to chump block, which they just instantly deal with anyway, trying to chump block a Shadow and a Goyf. And sure, I'd live for one more turn, but I just don't know if this would have saved us. What we really needed was we needed a Rest in Peace early on, because that's basically like a hard removal for Tarmogoyf and any other Tarmogoyf, since severely neuters the Channelers. Yeah, plus it neuters the Luris, but, alas, yeah, they can definitely, if they get some really solid starts. We're kind of mana floody too with seven cards here, but anyway, yeah, that was disappointing, because that was kind of a one-sided affair right there. Yeah, here's the thing, like, part of it definitely was flooding, because we have about the same amount of permanents. We just traded 1 for 1. They have 6, we have 7, so they have 7 if you count the card in their hand, we have 7. It's just that, they have 2 more business cards, but of course these are 2 very powerful business cards. But, all it could have taken in theory was a couple Solitudes off the top. So you never know, actually. Maybe, I can't unfortunately do the draw function, but it would have been interesting to see. Maybe we did make a mistake with the not solituding earlier, because you never know. Flickerwisp off the top, flicking the solituding the Death Shadow, blocking the Tarmogoyf, then drawing another Solitude, hitting the Tarmogoyf. It's definitely possible to get back in this, because those are solid 2 for 1s. Anyway, it is what it is. Let's see how the next ones go. All right, match 5. Have to do some post-game commentary again. But hey, we don't have Aether Vial, but we've got Thraben Inspector into Charming Prince. Could be good to me. Now, even if they waste a Lightning Bolt on Thraben Inspector, I still think we came out ahead, because we still get this clue token. And this is a clear example of where this is better than Giver of Runes, because, I guess because like basically we'd be in the same spot, just we wouldn't have the clue. Either way we force their hand. So far there's nothing about this that suggests to me that I need Giver of Runes as opposed to Thraben Inspector. So we're going to hold up Aven Mindscensor to try to juke them. They crack, we try to juke, but then they Lightning Bolt. But still, they're using their removal spells on our somewhat weaker creatures, so like we're not completely behind. We're going to try to go for a Stoneforge Mystic into Charming Prince, and we're going to get Sword of Fire and Ice. Because just from my experience playing against Sword of Fire and Ice in a mono-red deck, when I have to imagine a blue-red deck would be basically the same thing, it's just very difficult when they've got protection from your color. So they play a 3/3, but the good news is they probably don't have that much more, because, if they have more creatures, you'd think they would play them. So anyway, what we can do is we can Solitude, dealing with the Dragon Rage Channeler. But here's what I was not expecting. They're subtletying our Solitude. As we get to play out the Sword of Fire and Ice. They Thought Scour us, hitting... Wait a minute, they didn't Thought Scour us. I thought they did. Yeah. Yeah, and then they play out this. That's a lot. Now, for some reason, we didn't draw another Solitude, even though I thought I put that on the top, but I guess I must have actually put it on the bottom. Not sure why, because I clearly remember thinking to put it on the top. But in any case, you know, here we already drew another white card off of Sword of Fire and Ice, and we can draw another one. And I think that's a better card to pitch. Unfortunately, they're going to gain a lot of life, and we're dead on a turn 2 clock. So we kind of need Mortarpod, I think, because we need to be able to tag the Channeler, finish it off with Mortarpod, and Skyclave another one, but unfortunately, it's not going to get us there. Alright, match 5, game 2. This hand, definitely keepable. We've got Aether Vial, we've got removal. Now, hopefully we draw like a more disposable white card. Now, yeah, I think we just path, because like, the removal is such a premium, we're going to hold on to it. Yeah, of course they go nuts with their cards, but you see now we can just thin a little bit and we can play Skyclave Apparition on our turn. Hopefully they don't toot it. Or subtlety it. Okay, they subtletied it, but I think we're okay because next turn we can play it off of Aether Vial, and they can't subtlety it that way. Now, the way they're holding up 4 mana, to me, was just incredibly suspicious. They had another subtlety, so I'm just going to play around that by vialing in the Skyclave Apparition. We can wait till next turn to vial in the Eidolon. And also what we could do here is we could vial in the Eidolon to block, which actually, in retrospect, I think I should have done that. Because if they didn't get Delirium, because also if they play any other spell, which they're kind of liable to do, if they played one other spell, then they can't even respond to Eidolon. And of course they might have, but they probably would have played that second main phase anyway. But see, we'll just hit that in another basic. See if we draw. Okay, so we're probably going to end up pitching the Eidolon. I mean, the Eidolon can be good, but yeah, we just got to deal with this now before they can like subtlety it, which I strongly suspect that they're holding up. Oh, and apparently not. I was wrong. Yeah, now let's do our Eidolon trick. So see, they already played a spell. They don't have Delirium yet, and voila, Eidolon. They can't even finish it off with Lightning Bolt because they can't play another spell that turn. So that was pretty sweet. All right, and we're gonna attack. Hopefully we can just land this Batterskull soon, but thankfully we got a path for the Regent. All right, Flickerwhisp. I'm actually going to hold this Flickerwhisp because I suspect they've got a Braid or something, and I want to be able to protect my Batterskull. And also I'm going to save the Skyclave, and I might be able to flicker the Skyclave like against another region or something. So, yeah. Now I play the Batterskull. The counterspell, that was disappointing. Alrighty. Now we attack. We're getting a little fuddy here. Now, here we will take this opportunity to save the Skyclave. I mean, sure, they get a token and we don't get to kill another creature, but I think saving it is worth it. Unfortunately, they immediately play another region, which would have been good to flicker, because it would have brought it down to a 3/3 when it came back into play, but, you know, alas. And we could have used that, like, literally one turn earlier, and it would have basically prevented Murktide from coming out, at least until turn 7, and only as a 3/3 at that. So, they can race us fairly well, but we're going to try to race in response. Things looking kind of grim because they bolt that. Attack for 7, now we die next turn unless we get a removal spell, but thankfully we do. Get our path. They Delirium, which is fine. We path on their turn, just so, because they already played a spell. Yeah, they already played a spell, so we wanted to make sure they couldn't counter it, which they couldn't because they played a spell that turn. Now, there's literally no reason for me to cast that. That was just a misplay. But not a big deal anyway. I guess we were trying to next level and bait them out. Okay, Flickerwhisp. I kind of want to hold on to this again. No, I guess I'll just go for it because maybe this could deal with the token. Ooh, Kaldra. So one more mana away, and we can Kaldra them. Alrighty. Alright, Kaldra time. And that's that. Alrighty. Okay, match 5, game 3. Let's see if we can end on a 4-1. Pretty sweet. They play Delver. I think I'm going to upkeep path it. Well, actually, let's see. Ideally, I can Mortarpod it, but unfortunately, insta-flip. Doesn't always happen. I'm going to do this before they can draw Counterspell, because that card is just... yeah. Alright, now, here's a critical moment. Do we play Rest in Peace, or do we play Mortarpod? And I went with Mortarpod because my thinking was I don't want them to Delirium up. I want to prevent them from getting their Surveil triggers. Only problem is here, yeah, they respond by Thought Scouring, and then they end up getting themselves Delirium. I think that's a little bit lucky, but I mean, it can happen. Yeah, at least they didn't respond to me trying to hit it with the Mortarpod. So I think my thinking was sound, and my thinking is, hey, well, at least I can play Rest in Peace this turn. Yeah, and I just deal with the Solitude because we can only, even as a 1/1, we want to be able to deal with them. But my thinking is, hey, we can play Rest in Peace. Now, in retrospect, I probably should have led on the Skyclave, because I guess I could have deduced that they were holding up Counterspell. Man, and like Rest in Peace, we have yet to see that land early, but I'm pretty sure this really makes the matchup. It tilts it way in our favor, I think, if it resolves. Of course, they play Expressive Iteration. Yeah, we're definitely more in the back foot now, but at least we can remove this. We're waiting until I get to 5 mana and I guess start drawing Solitudes. Yeah, without Solitude, I don't even know what you do. Like, I don't know what the game plan is. Play Subtlety, play Expressive Iteration, play Dynamite Channel, and I think they play another Regent too. It's also it's all pretty bad for us. All right, well, see. What is it with these Rest in Pieces always coming like one turn too late? Anyway, at least we can, yeah, blink the Regent. Now, okay, they remove it. And that's that, unfortunately. Disappointing end, but yeah, we have no flyers, so we can't. So you see, in retrospect, if we would have landed that Rest in Peace on turn 2, I think there's a decent chance we could have won. Couldn't have countered it then. Our Mortarpod would have been live all game. But also they were kind of getting lucky this whole time, insta-flipping the Delver, getting Delirium on command with just one Thought Scour. But, even with all this good luck they're getting, I think if we would have just landed that Rest in Peace on turn 2, I definitely should have done that, because, like, I was just forgetting that they had Counter Magic, and I don't know why I was forgetting that, but, like, I was thinking about them more as just a mid-range deck, and, yeah, definitely the added premium of being able to play around Counter Magic was something that if I had thought more deeply about, and I just wasn't, unfortunately, but if I had thought more about it, like, I mean, just think about this whole game. They would only have 1/1 Dragon Channelers. They would, their Murktide Regents would either not come into play, or they would come into play as a 3/3 on turn 7 at the earliest. I think that, and as far as I know, they don't play a lot of answers to Rest in Peace. They could play Brazen Power, but I don't think they really play much of that. And then they have exactly 1 turn to fill their graveyard or counter it. So yeah, unfortunately we lose this one, but like I still think this is a great showcase for like I still think like this is probably pretty much the best Death and Taxes build to combat this type of deck, because I do think that we were showing. We are showing that we do have the tools to be able to beat this, and we did beat this previously. Yeah, we beat this previously 2-1, and honestly, I think this felt like a pretty good matchup, but depending on the draws and all kinds of things. But yeah, I mean, unless you're like main decking pro red creatures, which I guess we could with Sanctifier and Beck. And that's a sweet card that we don't have in our sideboard that I could try to fit in, but I just think Rest in Peace, Path to Exile, and Eidolon. I think, yeah, so that's the only way we can maybe improve it a little bit. And honestly, even the pro-red creatures, like, even if they're gaining us a little bit of life, it's not really going to swing it here, for example. It's really the Rest in Peace that kind of swings this matchup. The Eidolons also sometimes help even more than pro-red for slowing opponents down. So, like, I don't even think we need pro-red, to be honest, but yeah, I mean, it's really, I did try some different variations of Death and Taxes, and I really do think that this version is set up the best. against other fair decks. I've always said that our soft spot might be combo, because we're definitely a little light on the Hate Bears. We're light on the Dryads, we're light on the Phyrexian Revokers, but anyway. At least as far as fair decks go, we've got a lot of interaction, and unfortunately it just didn't go our way this time, but still felt like it was worth sharing. I really have almost never gotten worse than a 3-2, so, you know. So hey, if you want a deck that's pretty consistent but isn't necessarily like super overpowered, Death and Taxes might be your jazz. Anyway, all right. Okay, post-league wrap-up. So this, I think this list is definitely showing promise. The only thing is, obviously, you know, some more consistency could obviously help. So yeah, I mean, obviously Black-Red Shadow, you know, yeah, so let's think about this. I felt like Blue-Red Asthma Food was a pretty good matchup, as well as Black-Green for the most part, and you know, Blue-Red Delver, I think, too. Although, you know, maybe we could use a little extra help, because sometimes they do just have a lot of burn. But yeah, our only losses were 2 decks with an obscene amount of burn. And like, yeah, you know, Eidolon of Rhetoric does help us out a bit, but maybe that only takes us so far. So here's a couple takeaways. Like, almost every single one of our matchups has been against decks where we want Path to Exile. I mean, when are we not siding in Path to Exile, right? So you know, actually, after ruminating a bit, and you know, I'm doing this recording actually after I've still done some test games afterwards, and I think I can say right now that it's I'm fairly confident that main deck Path to Exile is definitely better than Thalia. And here's the thing, okay? Truth be told, I don't think Thalia is really pulling its weight as much. I think, honestly, Eidolon limiting players to 1 spell each turn, for the most part, will do what Thalia is best at, which is preventing people from going nuts with lots of small spells. I think Eidolon of Rhetoric does that, but it has a bigger... It's harder to kill, so I think, you know, at least so far, unless the meta shifts, I think Eidolon is taking care of most of our needs in what this is doing. So honestly, that makes me want Sanctifier and Vec. We played this in the Colossus Hammer deck, but I really like it. And here's another reason why I like Sanctifiers and Vec. Also, after doing some other test games, you know, this didn't come up, I think, in our recorded games, but I did actually realize, or maybe it did actually, yeah. In any case, it may have come up at the end against those Blue-Red Delver. But here's the problem with Rest in Peace. Rest in Peace replaces the leaves the battlefield clause for Flagstones, making it so that we don't actually get to fetch if we have 2 Flagstones, which is actually a big problem. So definitely Relic of Progenitus, I think, is the safer bet, and arguably it was kind of just have to go out and go back in to make sure my changes saved. So yeah, I really like this, and I'm already fairly confident that this is definitely an improvement over how this deck functions. Sanctifier definitely does help out a lot against red decks, and black for that matter. Also, it has this permanent replacement clause, graveyard exiling effect, which is great against like the new Asmo food decks with those daredevils. And you know, it's just really solid. Yeah, and of course, and also it complements the relics well, because you know, sometimes you want that permanent rest in peace type effect. So now we kind of have that, but we also have the relics, and there's no Nombo with the Flagstones, and honestly, the rest in pieces are good, but I wasn't even 100% clear to me that they were always better, because like against Control, for example, we don't really want to bring in Rest in Peace because it just transforms their Snapcasters into 2/1 flashes, which is not honestly that bad. You know, whereas Relic at least lets us trade 1 for 1 with Snapcaster in the sense that we can kind of counter their graveyard exiling effect and then draw a card. Whereas with Rest in Peace we don't draw cards. So yeah, anyway, long story short, I really like this configuration. Every single card feels live. Every single card feels valuable in basically almost every single deck. This is definitely the type of deck that I feel like the sum is greater than its parts. But the cool thing is, each one of these parts in the deck is actually fairly pretty good on its own. But they combine with each other in ways that I really like. You know, I mean, Thraben Inspector, this has just been a really pet 1-drop of mine for a while in lots of different decks, and I think it's definitely at its best here. You know, Mortarpod too, and that can get reset by Flickerwhisp, for example. You know, Charming Prince, I mean, you know, it's a pretty decent card to scry 2 a lot of times, or gain 3 life, but, you know, it also combines well with Thraben Inspector, Stoneforge Mystic, Skyclave Apparition, Stoneforge Mystic, you know, obviously, you know, that's one of the marquee cards. Yeah, Sword of Fire and Ice, obviously, Aven Mindscensor, you know, a lot of times you can just randomly prevent them from searching. Flickerwhisp, I mean, that's obviously, like, been known in taxes. It literally synergizes with just about everything, especially with Aether Vial. Skyclave Apparition, you know, obviously just a solid card, and you know, other cards help support it. You know, Batterskull, obviously you can reset that with Flickerwhisp, which is really nice. Solitude, obviously we know the Solitude combos with Charming Prince and Flickerwhisp, and, you know, Kaldra, of course. You know, again, resetting Kaldra can be huge. Anyway, yeah, so I mean, I like the way the deck has been performing. The only problem is that the deck is a little taxing to play, pun intended. It definitely can't. It's harder to jam quick games and get really good results. Like, there's kind of diminishing returns. Like, if you're hearing a little bit of exhaustion in my voice, it's because I've been trying to jam. I've been trying to jam a number of games, but it's just, yeah, it's just not happening. Like, you know, at a certain point, you start making misplays, and, you know, you can't really jam games the way you can with mono red. But it can be a nice diversion. I think that honestly counts a lot against it, though. Unfortunately, that the games take way longer a lot of times. It can be a nice diversion, but definitely I would recommend a deck that you can win relatively quickly and get a lot of games in within a short period of time. Better EV, so to speak, both experience-wise and money-wise. Anyway, but this is a very fun deck to play. Make no mistake about that. And at least where I'm at right now, as of the recording of this video, I definitely recommend these changes that I made after the end of this league. I just don't think Thalia is really at its best, and, you know, it's hard to even call this taxes anymore. This is basically like mono white Stoneblade. Actually, you're just gonna call it that. You know, I guess the Aven Mindscensor is kind of taxes. Yeah, I guess it's still Taxblade. It's mostly just the Aven Mindscensor, you know, holding the tax for it. Anyway, alright, well, if you like this content, like and subscribe, hit the bell icon for notifications, and until next time, take care.